Ku indo-indo ku pangimpi kayo re polamiti.
On a quiet night, December 2nd, 1984, the people of Bhopal, India were fast asleep. No one knew that this night would become the last for thousands.
Bhopal was a bustling city, home to millions, and home to a large DOT pesticide plant operated by Union Carbide Corporation, a US-based company.
At this factory, they produced a pesticide called Sevin. To manufacture it, they used methyl isocyanate, or MIC, a chemical so toxic it's considered more deadly than cyanide. That night, a fatal mistake occurred. Water accidentally leaked into a tank holding MIC. Pressure began to build up rapidly. The tank started to hiss, but no one truly realized the danger until it was far too late. Around 40 tons of poisonous gas erupted into the air. It silently crept into nearby neighborhoods. You couldn't see it, you couldn't smell it, but it was already inside people's homes. People woke up choking, their eyes burning, their lungs gasping for air. Children cried, mothers screamed. Many tried to run, but they couldn't escape. Some died in their beds, others collapsed in the streets, and the rest died slowly in unimaginable pain. More than 3,000 people died that night, but according to witnesses and human rights groups, the true death toll might have reached 15,000 in the following weeks. 500,000 people were exposed to the gas. Many were left with chronic lung diseases, blindness, cancer, and lifelong disabilities. Union Carbide blamed local operators, but the world knew the plant lacked safety measures. Alarm systems were off, staff training was minimal, maintenance was poor. The company's CEO, Warren Anderson, was briefly arrested in India, but then released and flown back to the US. He was never brought to trial and died a free man. In 1989, Union Carbide paid $470 million USD in a settlement. But for a disaster of this scale, it was shockingly inadequate. Hundreds of thousands of survivors were left to suffer in poverty, in illness, and without justice. Even today, the old factory site still leaks chemicals into the soil and water. Children are still being born with birth defects and deformities. Bhopal never truly recovered. The Bhopal tragedy stands as a warning to the world, a reminder of what happens when greed, neglect, and power go unchecked. The air we breathe should give us life, but on that night in Bhopal, the air became a weapon of mass death. But what if this disaster hadn't happened? What if stronger safety protocols had been enforced? What if profits weren't prioritized over human lives? The tragedy of Bhopal wasn't just an accident, it was the result of a broken system. And while Union Carbide may have left India, its shadow still lingers in the poisoned water, in the air, and in the memories of survivors who still seek justice. Even decades later, the victims of Bhopal are still fighting, not just for compensation, but for recognition, for healing, and for accountability. We must not let the world forget, because the tragedies we forget are the ones most likely to return. If you believe this story needs to be heard, like, subscribe, and share it. Let's learn from our darkest histories so we never repeat them again.